I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to start off with another version of the Telescopic Lift Mascara in the Length, Lift, and Volume. I was able to get the Galactic Purple shade. I had hauled the Stellar Blue last week and told you guys how much I love the color because it's like a wearable blue. It's not like super bright where your lashes aren't definitive, but it's got this beautiful hint of navy. So I love the Stellar Blue shade, so I did get the Galactic Purple, and I've got it on my lashes, like my natural lashes. That's the only mascara that I used, and then I also kind of tipped the falsies that I have on as well. And the color again is really pretty. It's probably going to be, you know, a bit more, I'm kind of looking up to see if you can maybe see the lash kind of color a little bit better. But it really like kind of brings out some of the green in my eyes, and it's also a purple that's definitive, so it's again one of those like hint of purple type of situations. I will say the version that I got, and I don't know, it almost makes me think that maybe the cap wasn't all the way on in the packaging, or it could just be like, I know purple pigment can be kind of finicky. I'm not sure, but this one here, the purple, the, what is it, Galactic Purple, it's much drier in consistency compared to the original Telescopic Lift in the black and also this blue shade. So I'm going to show you kind of what they look like, because again, it's just, I think you can tell from the shine on the blue one in comparison to the Galactic Purple that there really isn't a shine to it because it's like a lot drier. So when I went to put it on, I just had to kind of work a little bit more to coat the lashes and build it up, because again, it's a much drier formula. And I would love to know if anybody has picked up the Galactic Purple shade and it's the same way, because it's so dry that it makes me think again that the cap wasn't sealed or something like that, and I'm really tempted to buy another one just to see because I do prefer the more wet formula compared to this drier one, but I absolutely love the color of it. So this is the Stellar Blue from last week, and then here's the Galactic Purple. And I had mentioned before that the formulation of this mascara is quite similar to the Maybelline Sky High, and it doesn't flake and it doesn't smudge on me. This is a more firm brush that combs out the lashes, and I kind of do 3 coats because it does comb out the product so well. I just am able to build it up like that, but my lashes look pretty clean with it. But I just swatched the 2 shades right there. So there's Galactic Purple and there's Stellar Blue. I was worried I was going to do this. I accidentally put my purple wand in my blue mascara. I'm gonna wipe it off before I try to put it back in there. Well, the purple's so dry that not a lot of it got in the blue, it appears. Gosh, good one, Tara. Anyway, I love this mascara. Love to know if anybody else picked up the Galactic Purple and found that it was a much more dry consistency. I also grabbed the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Smooth and Blur Undetectable Concealer. So these are new from Makeup Forever, and I got the shade 1.2R, which appeared to be the lightest rosy tone. And this shade right here isn't on Sephora. I actually got this off of Camera Ready Cosmetics, and it's supposed to be, again, the lightest shade with a rosy undertone. The consistency of it is a light medium buildable coverage that's, I think, undetectable is pretty fitting because it's very smoothing underneath the eyes. It was easy to blend out. It looks really good. This particular shade, however, with a rosy undertone on my like super pink skin tone, it pulls much more yellow. Like it looks like it has a yellow undertone on my skin tone. So I'll kind of compare it to some other concealers that I really like so you can see the differences. But the formulation of this is really nice. So there's 0.15 fluid ounces of product in here. And this concealer is made in Korea. Korean skincare maybe has something to do with how like nice that formula is. It's not drying. It doesn't feel cakey. It is really hard to kind of detect underneath the eyes. It's very smooth looking. So again, love this formula. If you guys have tried this in a maybe rosy version, and there is one that's a different shade with a more rosy undertone, I'd love to know. I think there's one that's kind of like a corrector looking shade as well. But I'm intrigued because again, the formula is so nice. So this is what the applicator looks like, just kind of your standard doe foot there. And again, this is 1.2R, and I do have it underneath my eyes right now as well. And then for comparison, I've got the Urban Decay Naked Quickie Concealer in 10 CP, which is, this is one of my favorite concealers at the moment as well. I'll put that underneath again so you guys can kind of see the undertone difference. So that one right there is the Urban Decay 10 CP, and then I also grabbed the new Tarte Shape Tape Radiant in 10B Light. So you can see the tones there. So that one is the Tarte Radiant, and then I'll kind of blend them out a little bit as well. Yeah, the consistency of that Makeup Forever concealer is so nice. You can kind of see the tones there, at least. Really love the formula. And I have been wearing it for the past couple days, and even though I do wish it was more pink, I still think that it looks quite flattering on. I've been setting it with a mixture of the Flower Nose Circus powder mixed with the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom, which is that really pink powder. So I think that that kind of helps, you know, cancel out a little bit more of the warmth in this on my skin tone. So yeah, really lovely concealer though. Again, that's 1.2R, and that is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Smooth and Blur Undetectable concealer right there. I also got this soap brows from West Barn Co., or WBC, or WBCo, but it stands for West Barn. And this has been around for a while from my understanding, but this particular version is newer. So it's the Extra Strong Hold Brow Soap, and there's also a bamboo spoolie in here. 0.88 ounces of product. And it says that this guy here is made in the UK. So this is the box packaging, and let me pull out the little spoolie that comes inside of here. It's got a little angle to it, which I actually bend most of my spoolies that I use with like the brow soap products because it just seems like it's easier to get it on, but that does come in there as well. And I didn't realize, based off the little leaflet inside of here, that the brand makes this spray, the WBCo Prep Mist, and it says to lightly spray soap brows with that prep mist. And I didn't know that, so I didn't get the prep mist. And based off of the kind of description of the prep mist on the Camera Ready Cosmetics website, it seems like it's a face spray. So I've just been using water, but I'm intrigued to try like the product that it recommends as well to see if it even has a stronger hold. But this is the product that I have in my brows, and I have been using the one from e.l.f., the e.l.f. brow soap, this guy right here, and it's got like a white kind of a cast to it. So I would mix in a little bit of a brown powder. I've been using the e.l.f. Bite Size Brow for that for quite a while, just to get some tint in there, because the only thing that I don't like about the e.l.f. brow soap, which it has a wicked hold, like the product is really, really good, is if you accidentally like touch your brows, or say at the end of the day, because you know, you do move your brows around, so there's some movement there. If it lifts a little bit, the product turns white. You can see it in the brows, and I'm just not crazy about that. So I have to be careful about that, like touching my brows or like rubbing them or anything like that, because you can then really see that product in the brows. So I was intrigued to try this guy right here. So it comes in a little tin, and it's actually a kind of like off kind of yellow color, which I think would help for it to not turn white, because like I said, the e.l.f. one is white. And I used it yesterday, and I didn't see any particles of the product in my brows, which is super great. So far so good on that. I do feel like it might not have quite as strong of a hold as the e.l.f. brow, but it still has a really good hold. So that's why I'm kind of interested to see if it works better with the prep mist from the brand, you know. But I mean, I really do like it, and I like the fact that I don't get like that product looking kind of when the hairs might lift up or if they get brushed or anything like that. And it seems quite tacky, you know, because I like to like, you know, comb them up and then I just like smash them against the skin. So kind of like the laminated brow look. So far I've really been liking this guy right here. Again, this is the new Extra Strong Hold Brow Soap from WBCo. The Camera Ready Cosmetics website came with a free gift. It was like their 20th, I think. Got this doggone piece of hair right here. It was like their 20th anniversary, I think. And they had this like big gift of full-size products and everything. And the regular version of this was in there. I haven't tried it yet, but it was in there. So I'm very intrigued, as was this brush from my Kitco Pro. I bent the spoolie on this, and I actually have really been enjoying this like super large brow brush. So I put my whole face of like face makeup on, right? And then I like to comb through my brows really well. And this just like gets any extra product or powder or anything that's in my brows out of there and like preps them for brow product. And then I actually just flipped it around when I used the brow soap and just used this side of it to smash them on my skin. And it worked really well too, because it's larger, so it was just like 2 swipes and just really did a good job at that. So it's a really nice little product there. And I've heard I think it's Sam Chapman. She talks about the My Kit Co brushes a lot, so I'm really intrigued by the brand. I might check out some of the other tools that they have because I quite like this guy. And again, this was free in that Camera Ready Cosmetics gift with purchase. Also on Camera Ready Cosmetics, I picked up quite a few Lethal Cosmetics products. I got 2 of their newer blushes, and it came out with the last collection that they did, which I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. And these have got 0.18 ounces of product, or 5 grams, and they are made in Germany. They do come in the sleeves and you put them in a palette. So I got Dandelion and Carnation. And Dandelion is what I've got on my cheeks today. And it's a definite dandelion yellow color. I've been eyeing this for a while, and I had actually been stalking the Camera Ready Cosmetics website, waiting for it to come in stock. And so it finally did, and I got it. And I love it. I don't know what it is about a yellow blush, and it was the Dandelion Glow blush from Menagerie Cosmetics that kind of took me down that road. And I really just chucked it on today. So I've got it a little bit, I think you can see it there, on my forehead, a bit on my nose. I put it on pretty heavily on my cheeks, a little bit on my chin, and there's just something about it that I really, really like. I don't know if it's like the uniqueness factor or just the fact that it's different, but also to me quite wearable, even though it's pretty strong of a, you know, dandelion yellow color. And I just love it. I did this similar look to this yesterday, and I loved it so much I wanted to do it again today for this video. So the Dandelion shade has also got, well, both of them, the Dandelion and the Carnation, do have little speckles of shimmer in them, and it does shine on the cheeks, but it's not like big chunks of like glitter or anything like that, but there is some shimmer powder in them. So here's Dandelion, and here is Carnation, which is just a really pretty magenta pink. These are my other Lethal Cosmetics products. Like, you wouldn't think like that bright of a yellow, you know? And I would have never thought until I got that Menagerie Cosmetics Dandelion Glow blush that I would have liked something like that, but I love it. I absolutely love it, with a really sparkly, like greenish gold highlighter. I've got the one on from the Noctilucent palette, again, from Blend Body Cosmetics, and it looks so cool. I just really love it. And I do have a tiny bit of it on my eyes. The yellow shadow that I also purchased from Lethal, it was a little bit more greeny yellow, and so I was kind of wanted to tie it into my cheeks a little bit. So I went over a little bit with the Carnation shade, because it's got just a dash of orange to it, I would say. But I still think it looks really good. I just really like it. So those are the blushes that I got from Lethal Cosmetics. Again, that's the Dandelion on top and the Carnation on the bottom. Also from Lethal Cosmetics, I picked up a bunch of their single shadows. They came out with some new like duochrome, multi-chrome style shades. And then also they came out with metallic shades. And I picked up 5 of the metallics, and 4 of those 5 were like super, super broken. And I don't think it was a shipping issue. They were packed really well, but I can tell that the formula was very, very soft. So Camera Ready is going to resend those out, but I have just the one to show you, and then I'll show you the other shades that I got. There's 0.056 ounces of product, 1.6 grams, and these are also made in Germany. So they come in the sleeve like that. And again, I just popped it in my little magnetic palette right here. I'll start off with the metallic that survived the journey, and this one is the shade Mercury. And these are so pretty and sparkly. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, yeah. Super, super stunning, right? So that one is Mercury right there. And then the shade that's primarily on my lid is the shade Infinity right here, which again, this is really pretty too. So that one is Infinity. And then we've got the shade Andromeda. Ooh, that would have looked really pretty on the lid with what I got going on today too. So that one is Andromeda. And then we've got Antimatter. This one is, I believe, one of their multi-chromes. It's like a pinky, kind of yellowy orange color. So that one there is Antimatter. Let me build it up a little bit. your eye is just like drawn to that shiny purple shade. This next one is the shade Spectrum. That one is Spectrum. And then we've got Hyperspace. This is a really beautiful shade of green, like with this really pretty yellowish blue flip to it. So that one right there is Hyperspace. And the last one is Supernova. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful color. So that one there is Supernova. It's got like this pink, blue, purple shift to it. So I want to say this is one of the multi-chromes as well. It's really hard to see that pink flip in the camera, but as like I turn my wrist, I still think it's kind of hard to see. But it is such a beautiful color. So that one there is Supernova right there. And that's everything that I got in that I purchased this week. And then I got a really beautiful package from Sydney Grace Cosmetics. They're doing their Christmas in July event. So I'm going to hold up kind of the sales that they have going on. Right now they have really, really, really amazing sales going on. And then this is what the back of the card that came in the package is. So it looks like they've got some new products as well. And the sale goes from July 24th to August 1st. So it is still going on right now. And I'll start off with the palette that I've got on my eyes today. So this is from the Crease Upwards. And that is their new Heaven on Earth palette. It's this guy right here, which I believe was free with a purchase as well during their sale. And this is the light version. Sydney Grace does do light and dark versions, which is just really, really great. This is made in the USA. And it says there's a total of 27 grams of product, which is an astronomical amount. This is the sleeve that the palette comes in. And then I just love the graphic that's on this palette here. It's a cardboard with a magnetic closure, and it has got a really nice weight to it. It also has a mirror in there that flips all the way back. And then you've got 15 eyeshadows. I've been having a really hard time putting this palette down since I got it. It's the one that I've just been gravitating towards. It is a standalone palette for me. It's got a light shimmery highlight shade and also a matte brow bone shade. It's got beautiful transitions, beautiful shimmers that pair lovely with that shimmer highlight right here. It's got like a blue kind of duochrome to it, and then also some really beautiful shades for the crease and blend outs. I just absolutely love this color story and the curation. It's a one and done for me as well. I've been wearing it again all week and I just really, really love it. And these are also magnetized inside of the palette, so you can pull them out or swap them out with other Sydney Grace shades or other ones with the same kind of pan size. And the quality of Sydney Grace eyeshadows is great. They're pigmented, they blend out nice. I don't get a ton of fallout with them. And then these guys. This is just such a pretty, pretty color story. It's so pretty. And then these next guys. And then these last three. And I also feel with like blues and greens and stuff that these are super, super wearable as well. Like, how pretty is that? I just love this palette. So this is the Heaven on Earth in the light version right here. This next palette is the Raspberry Kiss palette. This also comes with a matching sleeve. This one is made in the USA, and there's 9 shades that have a total of 16.2 grams. And this palette is actually free with a $35 purchase today. And this palette I haven't worn yet because I've been having such a hard time putting down the Heaven on Earth palette, but it's a really beautiful color story as well. This is also one and done for me. This shade has a really light like shimmer pearl to it, which works underneath the brow and on the lid for me, or on the inner corner kind of. It's a beautiful color story. And then these next ones. Look how smooth those shadows are. And then this last shade here. Really, really pretty one right there as well. And again, that is the strawberry, no, it's not a strawberry, it's a raspberry. Raspberry Kiss palette right there. And then we've got their new Love's Journey palette. This is also the light version that I got over. It comes with a matching sleeve as well. There are 15 shades in here as well, 27 grams. Again, a ton of product that you're getting. And this is what the packaging looks like on this one. It's got a magnetic closure in the cardboard, and it also has a mirror in there. And this is a really beautiful neutral palette. It's got some warms, it's got some cools, it's got some neutrals in there, and it's also a one and done palette for me too, because it's curated super, super well. And then these next ones. I feel like Sydney Grace just kind of hit it out of the park with their sale this year. And these new palettes are just stunning. And then these guys. They're so, so soft, like, and smooth. And then these last three here. Really pretty neutral palette. It's a versatile because it's got like the neutrals, the cools, and then also some warms in there too. So that is the new Love's Journey in the light version right there. And then lastly, they launched the Mad For You Brows palette, which comes with 5 shades of brow powders. And this formula is really consistent with their eyeshadow formula, so they'll also work really well for eyeshadows. So this is the soft brown version, and it also comes with a sleeve. This guy here has got a total of 9 grams of product across 5 shades. And this is what the packaging looks like. And I have used these a couple times mixed in with the e.l.f. brow soap. So like I was referring to earlier, when I put a couple drops of water on the e.l.f. brow, then I would put my spoolie, I'd dip it into these 2 shades, and then I'd mix it in with the water so it gives a little bit of tint. It just helped with kind of the white cast that you'd get if like your brows kind of started popping off your skin after a couple hours. So I use these in the same way, and they work super well for it. I think the tones in here are really, really good. These 2 are a little bit warmer, and these 3 are cool, and I can use all 3 of these shades right here. I could use this one too, but this one right here might have a little bit too much warmth in it for my liking. But like I said, these all work great as eyeshadows as well. And then this guy. So you've got like your blondes, your kind of medium browns, and then if you have like maybe auburn or a little bit of red in your brows, it'd work for that as well. And yeah, again, they're just so, so smooth. So that one right there is the Mad For You Brows in soft brown right there. And just a massive thank you to Sydney Grace Cosmetics for sending me over that PR package. They're another one of those brands that I get really excited about new launches for. They just have a really nice quality to them, and I find that especially for what you're getting, the amount of product and the quality, that they're pretty affordable. So again, a huge thank you to Sydney Grace for sending over those products. And that is actually everything that I have for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.